Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between KraV versus Robinson. This game taking place here on Turtle Rock. We have KraV spawning as the red undead player over here at what I will call the 5 o'clock position of Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, all the way on the other side of the map, we have Robinson spawning as the blue Night Elf. Night Elf versus, well, Undead in this 1v1 matchup. Things are already getting underway as we're looking at a Crypt, Ultra of Darkness, Ziggurat, opening things up here. What are we going to be looking at in terms of strategies? Most likely a Keeper of the Grove with archers, and his range units are very strong on this map. A lot of narrow choke points, and just trying to use that map layout to your advantage. Interesting though is that the Keeper of the Grove actually makes the map much more open. As the game goes on, you'll end up seeing that those narrow choke points are often used to try and make those treants. When that does happen, all of a sudden things do open up quite a bit, and then melee units are able to get into the matchup here. KraV, not to be outdone, and plays Undead in a very different way, playing a different game than at least I've ever seen, going up for the Lich first. Lich first in Undead versus Night Elf matchup. What can this really mean? As the Lich is generally not known to be a very powerful first hero. Movement speed is one of the strongest aspects of the game, being able to get into the positions that you need to get. If you aren't in the right position, then well, what is going to end up happening to your units if they're just constantly trailing back? That is one of the reasons why Unholy Aura is so in fact powerful in the game, as it allows Crypt Fiends, sometimes it feels like, to run away from fast moving units very easily, get them away, and well, being able to line them up in that position. And I think it's one of the reasons why Knights don't generally counter Crypt Fiends that well. Knights are supposed to be fast-moving units that are supposed to be able to chase down targets. Well, the Crypt Fiends also, by the time Knights get out, normally are under the effect of level 2 Unholy Aura, well, which makes it very difficult. Alright, interesting there. KraV going for, well, as you saw, a Frost Nova in that position, taking down that Wisp the instant it tried to make its way out. We are going to see a couple of skeletal minions joining on the fight here, going after this Ogre Warrior. We should be looking at another charge on that Rod of Necromancy. This is going to be incredibly important, trying to get the Rod of Necromancies out and going so that the ghouls do not get taken down. Both sides of the map doing creeping and trying to get to level 2. Description says Tetris, by the way. Tetris? Alright, I'll have to go ahead and fix that in a little bit. Yeah, I was playing Tetris over the weekend. I'll go ahead and fix this. This is WarCraft 3, and you guys know it. Anyways, Lich coming back across here, gonna take down this Forest Troll. Hey, nice of you guys to catch me live as well. Yeah, I was playing a bit of Tetris over the weekend. Yeah. Tetris 99. Anyways, that's gonna go ahead and break things down here. Ogre Warriors, Ogres are gonna all get taken down here. I might actually get the highest Tetris 99 viewership if all of my... this is a good way to see how many of my views come from followers as opposed to people randomly clicking on me wanting to see WarCraft 3, I guess. Archer is going to be coming across here. Forest Troll Trapper going to get taken down. Ogre Magi will fall as well. Meanwhile, an army of Lich, Rod of Necromancy, Sacrificial Skull all being brought over into play. Lich does have a good amount of mana. How much damage is going to come across here? This is going to be, well, very odd here as we see the archers, well, trying to run away. Are they going to be able to do that? There was a... Scroll of Town Portal is in time. Wow, Keeper of the Grove, Scroll of Town Portal, Lich now using that sacrificial, well, not sacrificial scroll, dark ritual to get as much mana onto that Lich as possible and trying to blast away these archers. Archers, well, naturally resistant to the damage from that Frost Nova. That will be incredibly important to watch and keep track of. Units will be making their way back down as well. Wisps, well, pretty much going to get hit with an icy blast the moment they are out onto the battlefield, as the archers have done a little bit of, well, running around the map as well. Hello someone. as we're looking at the Lich, well, trying to get to level 3 now. Alright, going after level 3 is going to be incredibly important. Are we going to see the Lich going after a very difficult creep camp? No, not quite sure. KraV is, well, spending so much time looking for Robinson, and Robinson, well, I think Robinson is doing the same. At first, I thought Robinson was going to try and clear out this creep camp off over here, perhaps try to get to level 3. And both players are playing a game of peekaboo with each other, trying to figure out where the other one is. A little bit strange to try and capture all this information. There's that Keeper of the Grove. And, well, this could be very bad news here. Are we going to see perhaps a Frost Nova go down onto that Keeper of the Grove as the Keeper of the Grove is trying to blast away? There goes a Frost Nova onto that Lich right, or from that Lich right there, as, well, damage is going to be added up. All right, well, a multi-units around that, as that's going to give the Lich up to level 3 Lich, and, well, the Panda is going to be joining in on the fight. All right, if you are not winning with ghouls, consider you are not using enough of them, and that seems to be the game that, well, KraV is trying to go for. As you can see, a large number of ghouls just swarming out across the map. 40 supply army straight of ghouls compared to 28 over 50. Keeper of the Grove and Panda, will they be able to fight all of this off? Lich is sitting at level 3, has maxed out mana again, and wants to use it once more. Back inside the base of KraV. KraV is now halfway to tier 2, as we are looking at, well, Ancient of Lores being established up, as the Keeper of the Grove needs to make a little bit of a play. What is going on here? How is the Lich playing this out? This is KraV is trying to catch Robinson and perhaps make him unaware, but Robinson is just not allowing that to happen. Lich is now going to perhaps make its way off to the north, and KraV's strategy here is to just constantly creep jack, and that, well, if you can do that, that is a great strategy, but to rely on a creep jack is just really not going to work. The question is, who's going to be benefiting more from, well, what I'll call this delay of game. And I think it is going to be Robinson. KraV right now is sitting at 40 over 40 supply with an army that's doing nothing but running laps around a field. With this, and right behind this, we're going to see, well, KraV continuing to, Robinson continuing to just level up or tech up and build a higher, stronger army. Dryads will generally win out in the battle against ghouls, especially with a Panda Brewmaster. Lich is a little bit of trouble, but Cloak of Shadows used right there, absolutely brilliant. Once more, as a low hit point ghoul gonna run away. All right, there goes a Frost Nova onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster could end up getting surrounded. Oh, does not get surrounded. Low hit point ghouls are backing away once more. They do not have cannibalized as of yet, and this is just, well, absolutely strange right there. Lich getting the last hit with a lucky benefit. Meanwhile, we are looking at, is this a solo Lich strategy? Yeah, no, Altar of Darkness being resummoned. I don't know why he unsummoned his Altar of Darkness. Could it have really been to get more gold for ghouls? That would be a rather strange play now, as he needs to resummon that once more. Alright, more Dark Ritual going across as well. He is not destroying the items that he is leaving behind on the map either. Meanwhile, we are going to be going into a Tree of Life, a possible expansion attempt. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 2 with Staff of Preservation already. And what does KraV have except for ghouls? Alright, we are, nope, ghouls and gargoyles. Well, that seems to be the gameplay right now. Staff of Preservation on that one archer. Shockwave going back through. Tome of Knowledge. Helm of Valor now dropped down. Keeper of the Grove, is it going to try and back up to give more experience to that Panda? That is the question there. There it goes. There was also a Rune of Healing being dropped. Brewmaster will be able to get up to level 2, as we're looking at him pick up that Helm of Valor now. Meanwhile, solo Lich still out onto the battlefield here. Are we going to see more Rod of Necromancy? Perhaps even adding in a Dark Ranger, as the Dark Ranger would really keep that Lich's mana all topped off. Low hit point Ghoul is going to get taken out, down to 14 hit points, and it looks like he does escape, losing a little bit of that aggro once more. Ogre Magi trying to chase after once more. There goes a Frost Nova onto that one Ogre Magi right off over there. There's a Talisman of Evasion, going to go ahead and pick that up, and that Rune of the Watcher to gain permanent sight. Level 2 Dark Ritual. Death Knight is the second hero to come out. Death Knight will heal up that Lich once more, already at level 4 on that Lich, so we could be looking at plenty of Frost Nova blasts. And well, what happens when you go for just mainly a Lich first? Well, you're going to end up going up against a large number of Dryads. Robinson countering that heavy Frost Nova play with mass Dryads, and we are not looking at any Crypt Fiends. That is going to come as a bit of a surprise right now. Gargoyles going to be used to try and deal with the Dryads. And, well, Gargoyles versus Dryads, both of them will be dealing bonus damage to each other. And that could just mean higher level heroes overall. Death Knight making its way back over. Are we going to see the Lich try and do it a little bit of an engagement here? An expansion is already, well, will be up and running for Robinson here in just a moment. Death Coil straight, or Frost Nova straight up onto the Overlord. Overlord taking a lot of damage here, and that will get taken down pretty quickly. We're going to see another Frost Nova. Yes, we are, as we see, well, Warsong Battle Drum, some big items being picked up perhaps by that Death Knight. Come on, you're going to be able to get a very big damage bonus indeed, as well, not happening just quite yet. Death Knight not using the Death Coils to try and save some of those units. Death Knight finally, well, Warsong Battle Drums finally picked up their Gargoyles, finally joining in on the fight, as we see Artificial Nightfall being used to, well, fill up those moon wells. All right. Essence of Blight also being placed down here. Seems a little bit late for that. Is an Acolyte perhaps going to be shifted on over? If the Essence of Blight was used, perhaps some of those ghouls would have been able to stay alive earlier on, as the Lich aggroing this Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp. What high-level consumable item will be dropped there, as we see archers and dryads going after the remainders of this particular unit? Potion of Greater Mana on the Brewmaster, and the Brewmaster is very close to level 4 alongside that Keeper of the Grove. This is going to come as a bit of a shock here, as we're looking at, well, this Gargantuan Sea Turtle finally getting taken down. Is it going to get to level 3 on the Death Knight? I don't believe so. No, especially as that Lich was still right there. Orb of Corruption on that Lich, and here we are going into a straight-up battle. Gargoyles being forced to back away. Breath of Fire across multiple units there, as well as the ghouls are going to get taken down. Robinson looks like he is in a great spot in this game. 66 supply compared to 42. KraV taking too much time, having fun with ghouls early on, and now that ghoul army is just getting blown over by the Brewmaster, as the Gargoyles are getting pecked apart by the Dryads. Alright, what is going to end up going down here? There goes a Frost Nova there. Meanwhile, the Lich could be in trouble, down to 300 hit points after another Death Coil, as the units are in a massive retreat. And, well, there's another heal. And so far, both sides are still fighting their way through. And, well, are we going to see another engagement there? Archers just constantly getting blasted over once more, as the Dryad, well, Dryad's going to try to get in position. And here you go. This is the problem. There's a Staff of Preservation trying to save. Death Knight does not have enough mana for another Death Coil. Things can go from bad to worse here, as the Death Knight could easily get surrounded. There's the Entangle onto the Death Knight, but somehow 17 units were not around enough to surround the Death Knight up against a couple of bushes. Death Knight retreating back here once more. What is going to be, well, happening for this follow-up play? We can see a haunted gold mine. Acolyte trying to hide. Dryads are going to be able to spot that very easily, as the Keeper of the Grove, well, makes its way over. Panda is at 4. Keeper of the Grove is at 4. And what is KraV's long-term strategy? He has lumber for days, sitting at 34 over 60 supply, 28 supply army. Ghouls going to make their way off to the north here. Gargoyles are going after the Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp. But I can't imagine how Robinson is going to lose this game. Robinson has, well, the hero level advantage, he has the expansion advantage, and he has a decent army advantage in terms of actually what's out on the battlefield. The ghouls were trying to run their way over and take down that that entangled gold mine with no such luck. Brewmaster, never count undead nuke out. Well, that is true. You normally need a third hero for undead nuke to really be powerful enough. As we're going to look at, well, a gargoyle perhaps get taken down. There's a Death Coil saving it right there. No obsidian statues for the undead army, as we're looking at a Tree of Life, which will get taken out right here. Keeper of the Grove is in position. There goes Death Coil, Frost Nova onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove does have a Potion of Lesser, or if Potion of Invulnerability. Robinson does not use it, And I guess if you're given all the tools to win the game and don't use it, well, that could be a way. Robinson with the potion of invulnerability, scroll of town portal, well, should not have died there. A major misplay, misclick. We just saw that Keeper of the Grove standing there, wondering when he was going to use that item. Level 5 now on the Lich. Well, level 5 Lich is rather scary. We do not see an obsidian statue out in play. No slaughterhouse even, as the Lich will still try to get more and more mana. Nothing really available to heal that Death Knight, as he's still using Unholy Aura. Meanwhile, what are all of these items being dropped around here, trying to pick them back up? As the Keeper of the Grove now with that pendant as well. Alright, Panda up to 300 or 385 mana. Gonna go after this Forest Troll Warlord. There goes another Frost Nova onto the Keeper of the Grove, and that might be the beginning of another death of that Keeper of the Grove, as well as the Lich is just using Dark Rituals to perhaps try and win out in this matchup. We are looking at an Ancient Protector being built. I don't believe that KraV actually sees this, as that Ancient Protector is a little bit too far away. All right, there goes another Frost Nova onto that Archer right there. And, well, that is enough damage to be constantly dealing. The Archers are just starting to fall apart. Will the Dryads be enough to win out here, as the Gargoyles are trying to keep Robinson in check all across the map? 38 supply compared to 62. Level 4 on that Brewmaster, level 4 on that Keeper of the Grove. Going to get very close to level 5 for both of them. Well on their way, as the Ancient Protector here does end up getting... Well, are we going to see another Frost Nova? Yes, we are. When Frost Novas are pretty much charges of Rod of Necromancy, why the heck not? As corpses on the map are going to become, well, a very valuable resource, interestingly enough. As the Rod of Necromancies are constantly being used, we're going to see another Dark Ritual, perhaps Rod of Necromancy popping out 2 skeletons. We're going to see a Dark Ritual be used here in just a moment to try to get more mana onto that Lich. Come on, do it, do it. Nope, he's not going to do it. All right, he's not going to do it. Meanwhile, back down across over here, Dryads going to try and start poking apart this haunted gold mine before too much mining gets going. Death Knight making its way over, Lich making its way over, and they're going to perhaps try and capture or stop their opponent in their tracks, this haunted gold mine, while all the Acolytes getting taken out first. Where are all of these units going to try and head off to? Nope, well, KraV deciding not to defend his expansion, instead run across the map and perhaps attack the other expansion as well. There is also another Tree of Life being built here and here. So Tree of Life just sprouting up all across the map. And, well, Lich level 5 Death Knight gonna perhaps get to level 4 here, going up against a level 5 Panda and a level 4 Keeper of the Grove. Alright, Dryad's going to be making their way into the position here. Lich is going to perhaps try and go after here. Low hit point Ghoul going to easily get taken down. No, already backing up. There's a Death Coil off onto that Wisp as it makes its way over. Death Knight now seeing that level 4 item has been picked up. It is a Robe of Magi, as we're looking at the Dryads now poking their way into the Undead base. Alright, classic big map, Night Elf playstyle, just constantly moving around the map with their superior movement speed, as the Panda is going to perhaps try to line up some breaths of fire and perhaps take down some of these buildings here. Acolytes are trying to repair here. Panda could actually get in a large amount of damage across all of these buildings once more, as we're going to see the Lich in a little bit of trouble. Gets entangled here. There's a Frost Nova, a Keeper of the Grove. Lich, well, has a Scroll of Healing. Death Knight, Death Coil coming back in across. Gargoyles coming in from the backside as well. Potion of Invulnerability on the Keeper of the Grove. Lich could end up getting taken down to 100. Well, nope, up to 500 again, as another round of Death Coil heals. Alright, Staff of Preservation trying to save the Keeper of the Grove's well, Potion of Invulnerability will be coming to an end here in just a moment, as the Gargoyle is able to finish off so much there, and somehow with the Undead army coming out ahead right there, the longevity of that Lich while on Blight with Unholy Aura and Death Coils, and Scrolls of Healing, no Obsidian statues were enough to keep things alive and well here. Tree of Life, is it going to get finished or get cancelled? It looks like it will get cancelled right there. It was just about done sprouting. Turns out Undead is pretty good. At this point, I don't know if if KraV's great play is winning or Robinson's inability to close out the game is the issue. He had a 30 supply. He felt like he had a 30 supply advantage, had a hero level advantage, had expansion advantage, and he's still unsure of what to do. Yeah. Coming back around, Keeper of the Grove making its way back over again. Well, still up to 18 viewers, even though this is claiming to be Tetris. Alright, Gargoyles are going to be making their way back over as well. Lich and Death Knight sitting level 5, level 4. Gargoyles are upgraded 2-2 compared to, 1-2 upgrades. Hippogriffs are in play to try and deal with those units. Where are these Gargoyles going to be trying to go to next? As the Gargoyles are going to have some nice big damage bonuses as well. Gargoyles super strong versus this playstyle. Hard to make Mass Strides work if you're not Moon. All right, let's see how things are going to work here as the Trents are going to be making their way back over. All right, Trent's going to continue to poke apart here. Lich. That the problem is those Hippogriffs, if they are clumped together, one Frost Nova will pretty much stop them in their tracks in a moment's notice. More damage adding in back over here. Lich, Robe of Magi still on the Death Knight for over 400 mana as we're looking at the Lich just trailing its way back here. Haunted Goldmine going to get into a little bit of trouble. Breath of Fire trying to finish off a couple of those units as we see a Staff of Preservation attempting to save there. Keeper of the Grove in a little bit of trouble as well. No easy way to heal that Keeper of the Grove except for the rejuvenations as an Ancient of Winds. More Hippogriffs to perhaps poke those Gargoyles out of the air. Gargoyles very fast on a large map like this, using the map to your advantage. One of the reasons why Turtle Rock seems like such a large map is because of the number of walkways that you have to dive and move around through. As we see already going to see a little bit of damage. There goes a Frost Nova straight up onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove has no easy ways out. Scroll of Healing now trying to be used here. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Hippogriffs trying to go after all of those units again as we see another Frost Nova go down. Hippogriffs now backing away here. A Tree of Life going to try and repair back up. Eating up some of those trees. I don't know what tree cannibalism looks like, but apparently it is okay in Night Elf culture. A Tree of Life eating up a couple of other trees as the Lich is going to try and engage once more. Death Knight now making his way over. There goes another Frost Nova, and that is the problem. Once the Lich has mana, this Hippogriff army is just not going to end up staying alive. Hit and run tactics from that Lich, and the fact that anytime there is a corpse on the ground, the Lich can pretty much get back up to full mana pretty quickly, and becomes a bit of an issue. All right, where are things going to go here? Trent's now making their way back out onto the battlefield. We're looking at, another Dark Ritual right there. Dark Ritual, I did not know that. Dark Ritual does not leave behind a corpse. So you can't, use Dark Ritual and then summon and use the Rod of Necromancy to get skeletons off of that. Little minor details. All right, as the Lich and the Death Knight continue the fight again. All right, Staff of Preservation saving once more. Dryads trying to poke their way through. Hippogriffs are right there. Lich does not have mana, surprisingly, as we're going to be looking at, the Dark Ritual trying to get a little bit of mana back. All right, there goes a Dryad. Rod of Necromancy. No Rod of Necromancies for any more skeletal minions as the Gargoyles now backing up again. Acolytes trying to make their way back over here. We are looking at multiple expansion or attempts coming in from Robinson. Staff of Preservation is going to put them into a strange spot once more, as this one Hippogriff is just going to get, clawed to death alive in the air. Meanwhile, back down to the south here. In trouble. Lich very low on hit points. I don't know what the Panda's doing. Panda was not engaging. They're going up against the units off to the north. Has an Orb of Venom, and now could have turned around, try to perhaps Breath of Fire. Dark Ritual, no. It is going to be Death and Decay. All of a sudden, the Lich will have access to a large amount of damage here as the Lich is dealing major damage across these units once more. Lich is going to be able to go after that Dryad, going after other Dryads here as the Panda now shows back up onto the battlefield. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Lich could be in trouble. Death Coil comes in for the save again. That is a 600 hit point heal as Frost Nova goes down onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster could be in trouble as well. What is going down? There goes another Death Coil as well, as the Dryads are just having a difficult time trying to finish off the heroes, as the heroes have very strong armor for piercing damage. Gargoyles and Hippogriffs playing aerial Tetris, yes. Just trying to figure things out once more. Panda very close to level 6. Lich is at level 6 with Death and Decay. And, well, Death and Decay can take down buildings so quickly, as we see a Death Coil, well, not hitting the target right there. Alright, Lich, Wisp could get taken out. Yes, we are Death Knight getting in a little bit more experience. We are looking at the Dryads, unable to figure out what to do against this army. Level 3 Frost Nova, nothing to ignore, causing so many problems and issues. Coming back around, a Dryad's going to make their way over. Robin's going to lose one Dryad already. Another Dryad could get lost right there. We are now looking at, well, Blight being placed down here. There's a detonation. Thank you for the sub. A little bit of a birthday present for me there, as Lich now looking to back up again. All right. Trent's down across over here, trying to, well, clear up many of these acolytes once more. Keeper of the Grove coming back in. Panda now looking to back up here. Death Knight looking to engage again. There is a Frost Nova potion of anti-magic potion, followed by another Death Coil, Earth Storm, and Fire, and KraV has left the game. All right, once more. Well, KraV leaving the game the instant Robinson gets Earth, Storm, and Fire. KraV down to 18 supply. A beautiful little bit of a comeback, as well. It looks like Robinson just wanted to finish things off there. KraV doing a great job getting back into this game, but Robinson did hold on to his advantage by splitting up his army. The Keeper of the Grove, once it got up to level 5, being able to summon up all of those Trents and forcing battles away from the main action right there, and that was the problem. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.